Play the fucking thing.
All right. On this episode on the NERDPORT Network, we talk about our reactions from the past weekend of the NFL and college football seasons. We make our picks. We cover the controversy over the American flag and a lot of NCAA coaches getting arrested. And FYI, if you are conservative, this podcast might not be for you.
For the Tigers.
Music started.
Here's your ball game. Nick Marshall stands in, steps up, going to throw downfield, just a home run ball, and it is tipped up. And Lewis got on the deflection. Lewis is going to score. Lewis is going to score. Lewis is going to score. Touchdown Auburn. Touchdown Auburn. A miracle in Jordan Hare. A miracle in Jordan Hare. 73 yards.
Hand off to Scott. He sneaks left to the 30, 35 down the sidelines to the 40. Makes a move to
Hey, you hear
45
me?
to 50. He's
Yeah,
to
yeah,
the 40. He could go.
You hear this?
25 to 20. They dive him. Hey, Missy. He's in the
Did you hear that?
No, hold on. I got the music going.
32. And they give it to the linebacker, Jack, and he gets another first down. And here he goes. Wild Jack. How about that? Checked up indeed. Rips to the near side. Kellogg gets a shotgun snap. Final play of the game. Ron waiting for the wideouts to get downfield. Launches the throw down toward the goal line. Going up. Ball tipped in the air. Caught. Touchdown. Northwestern Camp. Nebraska wins the game on the final play of the contest. Oh! Baby! At the 16-yard line. Snap the morning wing. Looking right. Moving. Looking. Throwing. Catch is made. And it's over. Incomplete. Georgia Southern will win this one. The Eagles drain the swamp. Happy Thanksgiving. Merry Christmas and Happy New Year, Eagle Nation. Remember this day.
Well, I guess if this thing comes up short, he field it and run it out. All right, here we go. 56-yarder. It's got to go. It does not have to. And Chris Davis takes it to the back of the end zone. He'll run it out to the 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 45. There goes Davis. Oh, my God. Davis is going to run it all the way back. Auburn's going to win the football game. Auburn's going to win the football game. He ran the midfield goal back. He ran it back 109 yards. They're not going to keep him off the field tonight. Holy cow.
You ever seen a
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another episode of the Nerd Zone on the NERDPORT Network. After that whole fun and games, I am your host, Evan Ronnie, and with me as always, a very angry...
Dude, Skype fucking blows.
Alright, what were you trying to do before?
So remember how, if you've listened to the Nerd Zone before, you've heard, soundboards. Well, apparently Skype has, basically said, fuck you to soundboards now.
This is why I kind of just let everything run through iTunes. You may not be able to hear it, but they do.
Yeah. Because before I was like, I got it, no problem. And now... nothing.
Yeah, yep.
Skype has decided to be a bitch.
Yeah, what a shock there.
So, Windows, fuck you. Your Skype sucks.
But yes, with that being said, like I said, I am F and Ronnie.
I'm Trips.
Follow us on all that fun stuff. Follow us on Twitter at F and Ronnie or at the NERDPORT.
Oh yeah, Misfit NXC, Trips and Monstar, Facebook.com/Trips and Monstar, Chris NXC on Instagram, and Misfit NXC on the Twitter. There you go.
Yep, and follow us on Twitch at the NERDPORT. We got a whole 3 people in here right now.
Woo!
The chat's open, everything is, but where do you want to start? Or better yet, let's ask the chat. Do we want to start with college football reactions, or do we want to start with the news from college basketball reactions, or do we want to start with the news? Did you hear about this yet?
No, what happened?
All right, we'll start with the big news coming out of college. This opened ABC today, this morning. 4 assistant basketball coaches, there's a total of 10, but 4 major assistant coaches from Arizona, Auburn, Oklahoma State, and Southern California were charged Tuesday for federal corruption.
Damn.
Looking like from what they've been saying, if convicted, each coach could be spending, where was it? It said 80 years in jail total combined, so 10 years, pretty much like 10, 15 years each.
Damn. So you didn't link me in the freaking post?
Ah, shit.
Because I had friends like, hey, what's the post? I'm like, I'll get it to you.
Hold on, I'll do it now.
Yeah, now we have to like first fish through fucking Facebook.
No, it's on the Nerd Zone.
On the NERDPORT network.
Oh, it's on the NERDPORT, yeah. So it's actually easy to get to.
Yeah.
But yeah, it looks like 10 and what was it? Yeah, because it was a global sport marketing. It looks like from what they did, they were recruiting players by giving them free like we'll grease your palm so you can grease ours when you make it pro.
Uh-huh.
So they're pumping, according to this, over $100,000 per person that is a one and done, that they think is up there.
Huh.
Yeah. Fraud against 10 people, including, Auburn, Oklahoma State, USC, Arizona. I think the biggest name was a former NBA player that is, here he goes. Christian Dawkins, a former NBA agent who was fired from AMS Sports.
Ah.
This is big because this could just, everyone's getting, I don't know what this could lead to or how this could end up going.
Yeah.
Hold on, I'm putting it on your page right now.
Default device. Fucking Christ.
All right, I just put it on your page.
All right, cool.
Yeah, but University of Miami, says, and Kentucky, and Louisville. Another one was the assistant coach from Louisville. Unnamed school in Kentucky included payments of $100,000 from Adidas to the family of an unnamed player identified as player number 10 to assure he signed with said school.
Damn.
This is, whatever comes out of this is nuts, because they're saying Adidas has paid upwards to $150,000 for all these players to their families and shoe deals and stuff like that.
Uh-huh.
So what this means in the future, right now it's going to federal court. So we will see. What are your thoughts on this?
I'm sorry. I'm trying to figure out this stupid news shit Skype. Well, all right. So what happened? Explain it again. Sorry. I'm sorry.
Okay. No. 10 assistant coaches from different schools, from like Louisville, Miami, Auburn, USC, where else did they say? Arizona, Auburn, Oklahoma State, South California, USC. I also saw Louisville, Kentucky. They pretty much paid for played. They were working with Adidas, like the assistant coaches were working with these people saying, pretty much do whatever you have to do. So they were getting money to the families. And in return, they would play for their school. And then when they went pro, when they made big contracts, in return, they would donate the money back to the school.
Yeah, that's bullshit.
So a lot of these one or done guys, a lot of these one or done players have probably been getting paid.
Yeah.
And they're saying if each coach faces a maximum sentence of 80 years in prison. If convicted. 80 years max.
I doubt 80 years, though. I seriously doubt that.
I think, I will not say they're ever, I don't think anyone's going to get the maximum. But, I mean, the fact that this is a thing, this is huge. Because there's a lot of, like, because if they get busted, freaking John Calipari's in fucking massive hot water right now. Well, because this is not the first time that this has happened under his watch. He just got, what is it? Another thing that happened with, one of his other players, that they pretty much paid for him to come down to that party and stuff like that, so he would go to Louisville. Mm-hmm. Like, they were taking him to strip clubs, stuff like that. So, I don't know what this could mean for him, because there's no way you're going to pull a Paterno on this one and say that he didn't know what the hell was going on. If this has happened more than once, the coach knows.
Yeah, that's... Alright. Alright, let's try this.
This is going to trickle up.
Alright. Now, do you hear this?
Sorry, motherfuckers. Y'all ain't got no heart.
Yep.
Aha! Skype is weird now. I wonder if anybody else heard that in the thing.
Yeah, probably. Because it's coming through my my soundboard, or not my soundboard, my OBS. So it heard you.
All right, cool. Yeah, because Skype was weird. Skype now basically you have to share your desktop.
Oh God.
Yeah.
All right. Well.
Sorry. Alrighty, that was fun. All right, so let's get to the main event, because I mean it sucks what these guys did, but of course these one and done kids are getting paid. Of course these one and done kids are getting paid.
Yeah. Oh wow. Yeah. So you remember how you said that you had to accept everything?
Yeah.
Yeah, I can see everything on you. I can see your entire setup on your Skype now. On your video.
Yeah, it's fucking weird, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah. But I'll minimize that.
So you have my whole soundboard right now.
Not that I can click, but I can see your whole soundboard.
Oh shit. All right. Anyway, let's get to the fucking show.
Yes, I wanted to get into that because I thought that was something that's interesting to kick off with. The fact that this is something that, I mean, this is something huge because it opened up mainstream news with this. And I mean, there's a lot of other shit going on.
It did not open up mainstream news. Trump's idiocy opened up mainstream news.
No, 6 o'clock this morning, it opened up mainstream, not on ESPN. I'm talking about news. Not
Okay.
ESPN news. I'm talking about, like, Fox, like, Good Morning America news.
All right, the funny thing is, like, ESPN would have been all over it and they haven't said shit.
ESPN did. The ESPN posted, it's the first thing they posted on their website this morning.
So those assistant coaches are going to be fired.
Oh, or worse.
They're just going to be fired.
No, they're going to jail. Maybe for a little bit, but not 80 years.
So basically, when the kid went pro, they would get money.
Yeah, in a quote-unquote donation. The kid would donate the money back to the college.
Okay, so basically what would happen is they give the kid money while he's at school, and then when he makes it pro, he gives them money as a donation. And that's fucking gay. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Yep.
Either go to the NBA straight out of college or don't, because this 1 year bullshit is dumb.
No, I think it's this. I think personally, tell me if you agree with this. You should be able to go right out of high school. But if you go to college, you have to stay at least for 2 years.
If you go to college, you should stay at least for 2 or 3 years. I think
Yeah, like I would go with the NFL rule.
3 years removed from high school.
Yeah. But I'm saying for college, it's fine. If you go to college, you have to stay for 3 years. But if you can go out of high school if you want.
What? For basketball?
For basketball.
Yeah, for football. If you want to go straight out of high school for football, good fucking luck. You're gonna get killed.
You're better off going to Canada for 2 years and then.
You're gonna get killed in Canada.
But I'm just saying, you're better off going there than going straight to the pros.
First off, like, there are only certain freaks in basketball that.
No. What the? No.
Somebody
Okay, good.
But Joe fucking Blow, idiot boy, who scored 30 points a game in high school against nobodies, needs to go to college.
Yeah. Oh no, agreed.
All right, now let's move on to fucking idiot, another fucking idiot.
Yes, our President of the United States.
All right. I'm gonna say this quick. First off,
Preach to the five people in our chat room.
All right, if anyone says that this is disrespect and they're attacking our anthem and attacking our flag, fuck them. They can boycott. Go away in your little hole that you were in before Trump ran. Go in your fucking hole and dig yourself into that tunnel because you're fucking dumb. Because if you actually read, yes, there's a thing called reading. It's a thing that, you do rather than reading the NFL rule book on a fucking rule that they're going to throw away anyway, like the tuck rule. Anyway. Yeah, how'd that go?
I don't know. Let's ask Adele.
Yeah, the fucking tuck rule. Yeah, that lasted what, a year?
You mean the save Brady's ass rule?
Yeah, basically. That's what it was. Anyway, Colin Kaepernick was sitting, and then he talked to an ex-Green Beret. Yes, a veteran, an ex-Green Beret. A Green Beret is almost like a Navy SEAL. They're in the fucking military, okay?
Yeah, they're high ranked. They're pretty good ranked.
Right, and this is on the Herd with Colin Cowherd. So if you hate Cowherd, just listen to this part, because he said like it's sort of disrespectful, the sitting thing, and Kaepernick is like, I'm trying to raise awareness. I don't want to be disrespectful. So we need, can we find another way? And the guy said, well, you could stand. He's like, I don't want to stand because that doesn't get the point across. And then he said, well, why don't you kneel? He's like, why don't you kneel? Because that shows respect to the fallen brothers and stuff like that, because soldiers have kneeled for soldiers that have died. They've kneeled like to do a security check and all that. Football players kneel when players hurt. Football players kneel when they show respect to somebody of authority who's talking to them. Like if your coach go grab a knee and then they talk. Yeah. It's the same thing. It's showing respect. And then Anquan Bolden said this on Sunday Countdown, which again, conservative people, you need to actually do more than look at Trump's tweets and fucking jerk off and then go and grab your fake Captain America shield and your stupid little get up that you think you're Captain America. You're not. You're a joke. Anyway, so if you actually saw what Anquan said, Anquan Bolden said, we're kneeling now, not only to protest injustice and racial and social injustice, but they also do it to show respect to the fallen civilians, fallen police officers, and fallen military. So anyone goes, they're attacking our flag and attacking our anthem, you're a fucking moron. And you should boycott and go into your hole.
Now, can I ask you something?
What?
Now, me and you, little backstory, me and you both play football, correct?
Yes.
When the national anthem played, at the very end, did you raise your helmet?
No.
Okay, that was something that we actually had to do. As in our division, they said they wanted everyone to put our helmets above our heads in unity.
We stood for the national anthem, and then there was one time that one of our, like a friend of the school, whatever, he died, and we actually took a knee for the national anthem and like had the flag at half-mast. That wasn't disrespectful. It was all to respect.
Now, the thing is, I'm going to say this, and this might piss people off, but I don't care. I've already put this on. I put this out on Facebook. No one's saying kneeling for the anthem. No one's saying you can or can't do that. The people that are just really just trying to.
Trump just said that the NFL should place a ban on kneeling during the national anthem.
Wait. This is what I'm getting at, because there's a story behind this. If you kneel during that's your right. They fought for your right to do that. You want to do that? Who cares if they bitch and moan? My problem is when parents start teaching kids. If you are in high school or you are an adult, you kind of get the idea of what kneeling for the flag is for. You have your opinion on what you think. There's a story out of Oregon that a coach was teaching 8-year-olds to say, follow Colin Kaepernick and take a knee. 8-year-olds. They don't know anything about this.
No, they don't. It's just one coach trying to do that. Trying to, force his way of thinking on them.
Bingo. There's the key word right there. Forced.
Right. And the thing is, the fact that somebody said, no, they should make these people, aka force, they should make these people stand up. It's like, why? Here's the thing. My father was ex-military, right?
Yeah.
And I asked him, I'm like, what do you think of somebody kneeling during the anthem, in silent protest? He's like, well, that's the First Amendment, right? I'm like, yeah. He's like, well, why would I be against that? They're fighting, they're doing something that we fought for, And the thing is also, it's if it's a kneel, it's showing respect anyway. He's like, are they also like, are they honoring people that died? And I was like, yeah. He's like, then I have no problem with it. And there was a 92-year-old veteran. When everybody was going around, there was a 92-year-old veteran that said, these guys are doing, I want to be with these guys. And he actually kneeled in his backyard. A 92-year-old veteran.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I mean, hey, listen, you can have your own opinions. No one's cared. But the problem is that people nowadays don't want to have conversations about this.
There is no conversation.
It's either you're right, I'm wrong, or I'm right, you're wrong. Let's get that. Let's stick with that. No one wants to have a conversation about this, which I think this would be a great conversation piece.
Yeah, well, you're wrong here. It's no longer I'm right, you're wrong. Now it's like I'm right, and if you don't
racist.
agree, no, it's either I'm right, and if you don't agree, you're a racist, or the other way, I'm right, and if you don't agree, you're a pussy and a liberal snowflake, and what the fuck do you know, da 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 da. But the funny thing is, you call a liberal a snowflake, you call somebody who's liberal a snowflake because apparently they can't take things, but yet somebody goes on a knee and you go crazy.
Like, okay, so... And the other thing is too, and this I put this on Facebook because I literally wrote, I had to delete this Facebook message because it was getting too out of hand and I didn't want to fucking deal with it anymore. I wrote, Donald Trump, shut the hell up about the NFL.
I mean, all right, our president. I hate saying that.
But wait, hold on, sorry, but that's not the reason. For that, I wrote because he started putting up the stuff about, there should be a rule about banning taking a knee.
Yeah,
and I'm like, there's a lot more important things in the world right now than the NFL. Please stop. Like, just please stop. What got me going though was other people were chiming in saying, "Oh well, it's this, and all I brought up was I go." First off, it's getting long away from what Colin Kaepernick was doing for this.
It became all of a sudden about before it was about protesting
police, bad cops, bad cops.
It was about social injustice, police brutality, and then they also, when he decided to take a knee, then it was also to honor the fallen civilians, police officers, and military. Kaepernick even said this, and this was before the Castro bullshit. So This is when I was still on the Kaepernick bandwagon. And thus, other players, Anquan Bolden and others, Brandon Marshall, yada, 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 have sought to take that message because they agree with it and go with it. But after Trump said, and called everybody, get that SOB out there and calling players SOBs, that the kneel became... Instead of that, well, I guess along with it now, the middle finger to Trump. And a show of and then the arms linked and all that, a show of solidarity.
Can we say that the Cowboys are the only ones that probably got that whole thing right?
I don't know, because there are still a lot of Dallas fans that were mad about when they took the knee anyway.
See, here's the thing.
Even though it was before the anthem.
Bingo. That's what I was just about to say. They took the knee to show the protest before the anthem, and then Jerry Jones told everyone to stand up.
Well, the Cowboys actually practiced standing in line for the national anthem. It's ridiculous.
That's something, but that's how much of a hard ass Jerry Jones. Like I said, I told you, Jerry Jones put out a statement saying if you kneel during the anthem, I'm finding you another team. And this is, but
he ain't gonna do that.
But I'm saying this is probably their best way to actually say, like, hey, if you want to take a knee before the anthem, here you go.
I have no problem with someone taking a knee during the anthem. I have no problem.
No.
The only thing.
No, I'm saying, but that's Jerry Jones's loophole.
Yeah. The only thing I have problems with during the national anthem is somebody continuing to stretch. on the field.
You mean what's his nuts from Buffalo?
LaShawn McCoy. Yeah.
Yes.
I thought that was out and out disrespectful. But the thing is, here's the funny thing. All right, where people are going, "Oh my God, the Titans and the Seahawks should get a bunch of shit because they didn't want to
Did show up?
They chose to stay in the locker room. I have problem.
By the way, I don't know how many college teams do that, and no one says anything about them.
No, it's bullshit.
Fucking Washington, a ranked team in the nation, stays in the locker room during the national anthem. The only reason anybody like Rutgers, Ohio State come out is because it's in their bylaws for the Big Ten. You know that, right?
Yeah, I know.
Like, that's a big thing. Like, it's in the Big Ten. It says that you have to come out for the anthem. That's been in the rule book for God knows how long. But guys like in the Pac-12, stuff like that, when Washington played Rutgers first game of the year, 3 people came out for Washington. You know who those 3 people were?
What?
The captains to take the coin toss.
It's the thing is, the damn thing is, if you want to stay in the locker room during it, I have no problem with it. Because they used to do that back in 2006 before the Department of Defense gave the NFL a buttload of money and said, we want, we're giving you this money and other professional organizations to have demonstrations of patriotism because it helps boost recruiting.
Well, you probably know this, but I bet you they don't. Did you know that they never even played the anthem since after 9/11?
Who?
The NFL never played the national anthem unless it was the Super Bowl. Since 2001 to now, before 9/11, they never played the national anthem before the game. Or they were in the lock. Or if
well,
they
not
did,
2011, it'd be 2006.
No, 2001. 2001.
Since 2001 to 2006, they didn't. Okay.
Yeah. But unless it was like a big game, like unless it was like the Super Bowl or something like that, because that was always a thing. Or the playoffs. The playoffs, they always aired that. Or they never. But if they did, I think from 2001 to 2006, if they did play the national anthem, no one was out. Like no one was out. No one was outside. They all were in the locker room.
Yeah, they didn't have to be until 2006 when the Department of Defense gave them a fucking ton of money and said, we want these patriotic displays, and they put it in the NFL rule book, which all these other low-budget Captain Americas are doing now. The NFL rule book, it states, yeah, that shit can change like the Tuck rule, motherfucker. You dumb fuck. Go in your fucking hole.
But that's what I mean. I'm saying is I actually got people yelling at me because I brought up the fact that Kaepernick, like, I brought up the fact that Kaepernick, like, saying, like, I brought up the fact that, like, what has Kaepernick really done besides give money? And bring awareness. Like, I'm not saying that as a bad thing, but I'm saying is that he brought awareness and he gave money, but where is that money going?
Well, actually, his money goes to those causes.
I understand that, but at the same time, you don't really see, like, okay, I brought this up because of the fact that you look at people, and I brought it up, and I got yelled at for this. I go, you put money in to keep kids off the street. Well, why is he not out there talking to police? He has been, I know he has, but I'm talking about the other role models trying to help out, trying to keep kids off the street. Guys like Snoop Dogg that build a Pee-wee football league to keep kids off the street.
Okay.
But you get what I mean? Like, they are actually starting to, they are talking to people. And that's probably what you need. You need people to talk and actually like work together. Have people work together.
Well, Kaepernick's done a lot of stuff like that.
Oh no, I know he has, and the media never shows it, and that's the problem. I guarantee you, if the media showed him actually doing that, it would actually catch more steam. But then you get guys like LeBron James complaining, like, besides the fact that you give scholarships, that's great. What have you done?
What? LeBron James complaining about what?
Well, like the same thing Kaepernick does. Like the one, maybe that's not a good example because he actually does stuff for the kids. He actually he gave like what?
Well, all right. Well, there's a difference between what Snoop Dogg does and Colin Kaepernick and LeBron James do.
Yeah.
Because one, Snoop Dogg has a lot of free fucking time.
Well, not anymore that he got the new TV show.
Oh, dude, he still does. LeBron James is in the gym every day. If you don't think he is, you're a fucking idiot.
Oh no, well, I'm also going off of guys like.
And Kaepernick is still in the gym every day because who knows when a chance might arrive where he actually does get signed.
Well, that was
and an NFL team probably after this Trump thing will sign him.
That was actually something that was big. People saying, "Oh, you see all these owners down at the field, taking a knee or this." Well, isn't that kind of contradicting the fact that these are the same owners that are locking Kaepernick out?
Oh my God.
No, this is what ESPN said.
All right, these are the same owners. Yeah, they made a mistake, and all of a sudden it took a Trump tweet and a bunch of things for their players to be insanely pissed about it, and then the owners to be like, well, we can't do that, to show a sign of solidarity, and now maybe, and it brought them together. I mean, it's one of the first, because before the NFLPA and the owners, it wasn't going well, and now at least it's brought them together. So that's one thing. I mean, that's one good thing that can come out of it. And maybe an owner will sign Kaepernick because now they see, because now they actually did something which owners usually didn't do. Now they're actually going to talk to their players and find out, what makes them tick. Which an owner should do anyway. An owner should always do that. I mean, if you're going to put somebody on your team that you own, don't you want to know about them?
Yeah.
I mean, it would make sense, right?
No, definitely would make sense.
So, I mean, if Kaepernick does get it, if Kaepernick does get signed, great. But the thing is, you saying like, well, maybe he should do what Snoop Dogg does. Snoop Dogg is 40 fucking years old, and that's
No. I meant like he is doing what Snoop is doing, but in a different way.
He's donating. And he's finding causes for charitable things like that. He's not putting up his own league and shit like that.
No. First off, the fact that Snoop does that is insane on its own. But no one, I don't think anyone's expecting that. But Kaepernick's doing it in a different way.
All right, I said before, I was cool with Kaepernick until the Castro thing. If he walks back the comments he made about Castro, then I have no problem with him. Because that's what me and J-Cat have said before. J-Cat was like, I was all about it until that shit. And then it was very hypocritical, which it was. It was very hypocritical. But the thing is, what he started sparked among a bunch of other NFL players who actually are saying, I'm protesting this and that, and I get it. And then Anquan Bolden actually retired to focus on this exact subject. Anquan Bolden retired to focus on how to make things better, how to work towards social justice, social equality, and racial equality, because it's bullshit. The fact that it is 2017 and we are talking about shit they were talking about back in the 50s.
Yeah.
The same
No,
thing.
you're
And
right.
then there are people, same people, conservative people, that are all of a sudden like, well, if this black guy does this, he shouldn't be able to play. It's like, you know how fascist that is? It's like people are saying, well, they should do this. They should force them to do this. They should force them to do that. That's not America. That's something else. That's completely fascist. And this is what I hate nowadays. All of a sudden now patriotism is wrapped up in this. Patriotism is wrapped up in the guise of fascism. Now all of a sudden, it's like someone does this and da da da, but he does it because of this, then he's a patriot. No, he's not. He's still fascist.
Yeah.
It's like they're like sugarcoating fascism and calling it patriotism, and that's not. And that's the problem. And anybody can go and get all pissed at me and, you know, get your bargain basement Captain America shield and throw on your dumb little Halloween outfit. I could give a fuck less, because it's true. It's true. When someone goes, oh, well, they're working. It's at their place of work. But the difference is they're not punching a clock like me and you. They're not at a private job like me and you. Their job is very public.
Yeah.
So therefore, not only are they an athlete, they are a public figure. And if you can use that stage you have as a public figure for something that you believe in that doesn't take away from the sport, then so be it. And the thing is, does the national anthem protest take away from the sport of football? No. It takes away from some idiot. It only takes away from football for some idiot who can't get over that a guy did something for 30 seconds or a minute.
No, you're absolutely right.
And if you have a problem with the national anthem protests, the game starts at 1, right? Tune in at 1:05.
Yeah, tune in after kickoff.
Tune in at 1:05. That's all you got to do. If it's gonna make you go crazy and have a heart attack, which if it does make you have a heart attack, and you are one of them crazy people, good. I'm sorry, but Jesus. It's ridiculous that this 1 minute segment of a 3.5 hour presentation has everybody up in arms. And the thing is, back in the day, you never saw it unless it was opening day, the NFC Championship game, the Pro Bowl,
or the Super Bowl,
or the Super Bowl.
No, you didn't even see it in the Pro Bowl.
No, you did. You did.
Did so much how much I cared about the Pro Bowl.
All right, you would see it. You would see it, and this was back in the 80s and all that shit. You would see the national anthem on opening night, because Monday Night Football would have it. They would have it on there. It would be the opening night though.
Yeah.
And it was like, and it didn't matter. And then you would see it again at the national championship game or the Thanksgiving Day games. The Thanksgiving Day games when it was just the Lions and the Cowboys games. You would see it.
Yeah.
And then you would see it again at on playoff games whenever they didn't have to go through, whenever they didn't have a ton of shit to go through to go. And no, I was like, we'll go to the field. Or they would have it for playoff games, but usually it would be like the conference championship games, the Pro Bowl, then the Super Bowl. The reason Pro Bowl, because they were announcing the players who made the Pro Bowl back in the day.
Yeah, now they announced everybody. Now they announce everybody out at once. It's kind of...
Yeah, that's what they used to do. They used to announce everybody out, and then the starting offense, and then the starting offense for the starting.
Yeah, or it was usually was it the defense or usually it was the defense?
It'd be starting offense and a starting defense.
Oh, okay.
And it would always change. They would do that, and that was that. And then they'd have the national anthem because they did it. Same as the Super Bowl.
And then 9/11 happened, and then 9/11 happened, and New England wanted to come out all at once.
Yeah. I had no problem with that.
No, I had no problem with that either. It was a little odd, but it was because it was something different at the time. But no, it was perfectly fine.
I mean, But nowadays, all of a sudden, like every week, this is week 3, and we're seeing the national anthem. Does it really fucking matter?
No. It's just... Did you notice that apparently people were tuning in, like the rating spiked for that and then dropped hard?
They didn't. The ratings were up 3%.
Did they? Well, from what I heard, it was more...
Oh my God.
No. From what I read, not on Trump's. I'm saying actually like ratings. It stayed good for like the first half, and then it started to dip. But I didn't know what games. It didn't say what games they were, so I don't know if it could have been a blowout.
All right, and then now you have all these fans, like, I mean, on my Giants groups and shit like that, people are like, I was a Giants fan for 40 years, and blah, 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 blah. And now because some guy's kneeling, oh, hell with that, da, 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 da. You know, I'm burning my jerseys. I'm never watching the Giants until they learn how to... I'm like, you know what? Go away. Just go away.
No, if you have anything to disrespect about your Giants, and we'll get into this in a little bit...
And the thing is
Odell with the fire hydrant.
Oh God, dude, Randy Moss mooned Green Bay. Does it really fucking matter?
Yeah, but do you think that no, that didn't make him lose. I mean, the punter made him lose.
Didn't make him lose.
The punter made him lose.
What made him lose was the fact that Brad Wing shanked the fuck out of it after Evan Ingram didn't stretch for a half a yard. That's what made him lose. Or you could say what made them lose was the first half of them being completely inept. That's what made them lose. I mean, I can get into a whole bunch of reasons what made them lose. Odell mimicking a dog peeing was not one of them.
Well, the fact that he cost... No, the whole thing is the fact that he cost him yardage, and he didn't seem sorry about it.
Wait. He cost some yardage. What did Philly do that subsequent possession with that yardage?
I don't even remember.
Punted the fucking ball.
I was watching my Jets actually win a game.
They punted the fucking ball. Actually, after Odell did the peeing, Philadelphia fumbled the fucking ball. They fumbled the football. The Giants got it back and scored a touchdown to Odell Beckham Jr. when he did the fist.
Yeah. Which I'm surprised that didn't... I'm like, all right, whatever.
But
good for you. Good for you, Odell.
One of these, but every time you talk about football now, it's like, well, people can't learn to respect the flag. So I'm going like, you know what? Nobody cares. You're on your high horse pedestal of shit with your dumbass little Captain America shield. It doesn't matter anymore. Nobody cares anymore because you're saying shit. Well, because you're saying something that's not even true. That you're in your own little tunnel because you haven't even read up on it.
Yeah, can we just... When people just shut up and let's enjoy sports.
Here's the thing. But somebody said, I want politics out of my football. Newsflash. Politics
It's always been there.
All right. Politics has always been in football ever since 1963 when the Kennedy administration pressured the Washington Redskins to sign an African-American player because they were the last white team in the NFL.
Well, okay. You want a great. Hold
on. And the first player they signed, he became a Hall of Famer. You want to go more politics? You have the politics of the subsequent wars, of even the Iran-Contra hearings. You have Desert Storm. What was it? The other Desert Redemption or whatever the hell it was. And the thing is, like, whenever those happened, the NFL had demonstrations or something having to do with it during game, like either during a pregame or whatever, like during Desert Storm or Desert Shield, Desert Storm. The New York Giants had the yellow bandanas symbolizing their support for the troops. The Buffalo Bills did their own thing. They had a whole big thing with the national anthem, color guard, everything like that. Politics has always been intertwined with the NFL. So
and if it hasn't, it's been in it's always been in the Super Bowl.
What did they do? All right, 9/11. What did the NFL do after 9/11 happened? They canceled football that week because they wanted to show a sign of solidarity that we need to be focusing on what happened in New York and healing from that before we get back to football.
Yeah.
That was political. I mean, so if someone say, I want politics out of my football, I want politics out of the NFL, it's not going to happen. Because politics has always been intertwined with the NFL. Politics has always been intertwined with sports.
Yeah.
We used to use amateurs. All of a sudden, the rest of the world were using professionals. So we decided to use professionals. That's still politics.
Yeah, even in the Olympics.
It's still politics. I mean, you can't just say, like, oh, we're going to play a game, we're going to get away from the rest of the world. It's not going to happen.
I would kind of like them to go back to using amateurs when it comes to when it comes to the Olympic sports and stuff like that. I would love them to go back to doing amateurs because that made the game more fun.
No, it didn't. It made the game more frustrating because we have like little kids taking on these 30-year-old guys that have so much more experience, and we're wondering why we're getting our asses handed to us.
Yes and no. I mean, back in the day with baseball, it was never really like that because it was always college kids. They always use college kids, or I don't think it should be pro. If you're in the pros, is there? If you're in the pros, quote unquote, but you're playing D League or you're in college, fine. I think if you're in the NBA, NHL, stuff like that, NHL's a little different because everybody's a freaking pro.
Yeah, but the thing is, still, the rest of the country was using that. I mean, all right, when you looked at what we were doing with amateur kids, especially college kids, trying to get them to play, ready to play like these other countries in an international game where these kids have to learn this international game in a matter of months. Yeah. Where these players have played the international game the way they play it for years and years and years, their whole lives. And it's a big change.
Yeah.
And as soon as we had pros to do that, then, all of a sudden, like when we had the dream team, it wasn't like a 6-month thing. All of a sudden, it was like a whole year they were learning what to do, what not to do, the rule changes, everything like that. So when we went to Barcelona, we beat the holy hell out of them because all of a sudden we have our pros and all of a sudden they know how to play the international game. I mean, yeah, we turned it into a game, into like an and one mixtape, but still. I mean, that's what it is. You can't, but politics has always been intertwined in sports, no matter what you do. In boxing, it's intertwined in sports. In MMA, it's intertwined. You can't get away from it. So for someone to say, I want my politics out of sports, good fucking luck. It's not happening.
The best thing in politics that you could ever say, and you want politics out of boxing of all things, Muhammad Ali.
Dude, he changed his name due to politics, okay?
I was going to say, he is the grand example of where politicking is always going to be in sports.
And someone can say, oh, well, that's religion. Yeah, but it's still politics.
No, religion has a lot more to do with the fact that he dodged the war.
But he changed his name from Cassius Clay to Muhammad
Ali because of politics.
Well, also because he switched from being a Christian to Islamic.
Right.
Which still is, yes, that is Christian, but the thing is, like, it's still political no matter which way you put it.
Yeah. I'm not saying it's not, but like... Like if
Because
if you're gonna say anything, it's more if it's like, oh well, this, and this. It's like, well, yeah, but at the same time, like he dodged a draft because of politics.
Also
And
because
religion
is still heavily influenced in politics.
Yeah.
I mean, come on, our dollar bill says, "In God we trust."
You ain't wrong.
Our Pledge of Allegiance, under God, indivisible. I mean, our national anthem, the Star Spangled Banner, and what I think it should be is America the Beautiful, because America the Beautiful is a better song, personally.
I ain't arguing you with. I ain't gonna argue that.
All right, you listen to America the Beautiful be sung, and then you listen to the Star Spangled Banner. It's a totally better song.
Yeah.
But, it is what it is. But says,
The other thing I noticed, too, is, do you see what the Yankees do?
What?
So, the Yankees will do the national anthem. If anyone wants to do that, that's fine. Beginning of the game, they do the national anthem, like always. You know what they do for the 7-inning stretch?
What?
They say, can please stand, during the 7-inning stretch, they play America the Beautiful. And they say, please stand and honor our veterans as we play America the Beautiful.
Oh, how about that? Cool.
There's a way you can intertwine everything where are you against one, or are you against, and honor the people that are fighting for this country?
Yeah, but the thing is, God,
but that's the best of both worlds. The Yankees are doing something that's the best of both worlds.
I'm getting so sick of talking about this.
Well, did you want to just get into our reactions for college football then?
Might as well, because we're going to be on this national anthem thing forever. And the thing is, it's a minute. It's a minute long.
Unless something like someone freaking charges the field during a national anthem, I really think we shouldn't bring it up again.
You know what the national anthem was back in the day? That was the signal for you to turn off your TV and go to fucking bed. You'd be like, I'm gonna watch this. All of a sudden, news, movie, bum, 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 bum. All right, time to turn off the TV, go to bed.
This is your daily broadcast.
Yes.
Good night, and
yeah, and then all of a sudden, cable TV, and all of a sudden, now it's like 24/7 TV.
By the way, there's only one station that still does it.
What,
Adult Swim still will play the national anthem when they're done broadcasting.
That's awesome. But then it turns into Cartoon Network.
Yeah, but I'm sorry, but they still at 5 o'clock in the morning, they literally go, that concludes our broadcast evening. And it goes to Cartoon Network, it goes to Gumball.
Oh God.
I wish I was kidding. I love that. That's it's kind of ironic. Yeah. They're the only ones that do it, though, and it's hilarious.
But the funny thing is, in Adult Swim, is if you get to that point of the national anthem, you have already seen the same episode of Family Guy 4 times.
Twice. This is Adult Swim's rerun from 11 to 2:30, and then they replay everything from 2:30 in the morning to 6.
I know, like I said, if you've seen the national anthem, you've seen Family Guy 3 times, fucking American Dad 4 times. It's ridiculous. I mean, oh my God, I remember that. I was like, oh, Family Guy. Da, 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 da. Oh, Family Guy. Da, 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 da. Oh, Family Guy. I'm like, wait, this is the 3rd episode. I'm going to bed. Fuck this.
Hell, I wish we had fucking Case Closed back.
But that's what the national anthem was. Or if you're actually really getting technical about it, and this is going to piss off a lot of conservatives that I can give a fuck less. When you saw, and wasn't the Super Bowl, it's like, and now the singing of our national anthem, especially at the fucking Thanksgiving Day game or whatever.
Yeah.
You're like, all right, well, time to get some snacks, go to the bathroom, and get ready. You're like, bam, but all right, I'm getting my snacks. I'm taking a piss, and then you come back, and they're on commercial break, and then they're ready to start the game. That's what it was. It's like, coming up next, our national anthem. Okay, that's nice. I'm gonna get this, run to the store fast.
Yeah.
Or
The
something.
last thing I want to bring up on this is, did you see, I know you're not really a fan of it, but by any chance, did you see what NASCAR brought up about this?
Okay, hold on. This made me laugh, where somebody said hockey players will stand for the anthem, and then Richard Petty said, I'll fire anybody that doesn't stand for the anthem.
Yep.
All right,
There you go. That's
all
what I was about to say.
All right, here's the funny part about this. Hockey players standing for the national anthem should be anthems.
Yes.
Why will Canadian hockey players stand for the United States national anthem? Because usually after it is the fucking Canadian national anthem.
As in the words of the Hanson brothers, I'm trying to hear the fucking song.
I mean, it's ridiculous. And somebody's like, well, the Canadian, somebody was like, well, Sidney Crosby said he'll stand for the national anthem. I'm like, because the Canadian national anthem is afterwards.
If I'm a Swede, I would be pissed off.
Dude, or Eastern Europeans that don't know the fucking words. They don't know
Exactly.
what the fuck it is. They're just bum, ba-dum, bum, bum.
Watch, you get like Alexander Ovechkin sitting during the national anthem because it's not his national anthem.
Stand, you piece of shit! Stand, you piece of shit, Russian! What the fuck? It's like, I know not words. I not know words.
This is not, hashtag not my anthem.
Yeah. Hashtag not my anthem.
He like Vladimir Putin.
Bum, ba-dum, bum, bum, bum. Okay. Yes. No. Not my anthem. Here comes my anthem. And he stands up and everybody gets all angry at him.
If he dies, he dies.
He's Drago. Fucking Christ. But that's what it is. Half the Canadians stand for the national anthem because the Canadian national anthem is after it. They play it at every fucking hockey game.
Okay, you want to know where this is hilarious? Is Usain Bolt was doing an interview at the Olympics. He stopped in the middle of an interview and literally turned around and put his hand over his heart during the national anthem.
Of Jamaica.
No, of America.
Oh, okay.
And it's like, if it was the Jamaican national anthem, I would be like, okay, I can understand that. No, he actually told the woman to wait, turned around, looked at the flag, and put his hand over his heart. It literally stopped mid-interview.
Okay.
I'm like, I wonder if he lives in Florida. That's like the only reason. That's the only thing I could think of.
He probably does.
Yeah.
Oh my god, it was fucking hilarious. It's like, all right, sorry, if it's the NHL, or if it's in Canada, it's the United States national anthem followed by the Canadian national anthem.
No, it's vice versa. It's Canadian first.
Not in Canada. If it's the Montreal Canadiens, the Winnipeg Jets, Calgary Flames, it's the American national anthem followed by the Canadian national
And they'll
anthem.
close with the Canadian anthem.
Yes, but in America, it'll be like, please rise for the Canadian national anthem, and then remain standing for the
I would love to
American
see
national
someone have the. I would love to see someone have the balls to sit through the Canadian national anthem.
See, but the thing is, why? Dude.
Or not stand, to sit during the Canadian national anthem. We all stand. It's like, it's the national anthem.
What does Twitch think about this? Listen to the Canadian national anthem and tell me you're not jealous of that fucking anthem, because that anthem is beautiful.
Oh, Canada,
our home and native land.
the only thing we have coming out of that is Kraft mac and cheese and maple syrup.
Canadian bacon.
And hockey players.
Great
dental.
Wait. Labatt Blue.
Oh God, fuck Labatt Blue. I'd rather have Umbex.
Yeah, it's each his own. There's some good shit to come out of Canada. Wrestling.
Yes, the Canadian Destroyer.
Every CW show. They film in Canada.
Every DC superhero show.
Damn fucking right. They film, and where is it? I forgot.
Toronto, and they film in Toronto. They film in Arrows in Quebec.
Not Quebec. I thought that was like in like Saskatchewan.
Vancouver. No, they're Vancouver.
Vancouver, Canada. Yeah, they're Canucks, man.
Yeah.
They're Canucking crazy. The Toronto Blue Jays. A ton of Buffalo Bills fans.
The Montreal Expos.
A lot of good wrestlers come from Canada.
Yes, and I'm watching two of them right now in Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens.
Oh, God. See, there's a lot of good things that come from Canada.
So, sorry, Kevin Steen versus El Generico.
Okay, okay, sorry. I mean, what does Twitch think about that?
I'm waiting for someone to respond. There's still 4 people in the chat right now.
They're just like, what the fuck are they talking about? All right, anyway.
Hey, this is probably the most functional show we've had in a long time.
Yeah, we usually we're an exercise to dysfunction.
Yes. The fact that we were actually having a good like hour conversation and it's actually like respectable.
Yeah. All right. But
all right, let's get to college football.
Wait. But to then hammer a stock car rate. Well, another thing also, if somebody tried to take a knee on the ice, I mean, you know how hard it is to do that. I'm gonna kneel down and.
All I have to say is the soundbite that I want to bring in. All right, so next week I'm going to have a new soundbite for you. Have you ever seen Slapshot?
Yes.
The Hanson Brothers. I'm trying to hear the fucking song.
Yeah. All right, another one. All right, but then Stock Car made me laugh my ass off when he said that shit because he's like, "Oh, fire animator doesn't stay for the national anthem." You know when they play the national anthem? After a priest just read you your last rites. No. At a race, when they play the national anthem, it's right before "Gentlemen, Start Your Engines." It's like, play your national anthem. In the home of the brave, yay!
No, this is how it goes, because I watch a lot of NASCAR. It will go a prayer, then the anthem, then "Gentlemen, Start Your Engine."
Yes. So during the anthem, where are these drivers? Strapped into the fucking car.
No, they're not in the car yet.
No, they are.
No, they're not. They're out of the car. They'll actually go to commercial, and then they'll have John Cena say, "Gentlemen, start your engines."
It has to be John Cena.
Dude, Daytona 500, they've literally had like 6 times Cena has either ridden the pace car or he's said, "Gentlemen, start your engines."
Oh my God. All right.
They had Gerard Butler do it once, and they literally go, "Gentlemen, start your engines." Like, I'm like, really? 300 called. They want their shit back.
Well, the thing is, Gerard Butler did 300. So
300, but that's why I'm saying it's funny the fact that he literally did a 300 quote for "Gentlemen, start your engines."
Yes. Gentlemen, start your engines. All right,
Tonight
anyway.
we dine in Daytona.
Oh my God. All right. The other thing that's stupid. I mean, well, the thing is also IRL. These drivers are actually strapped into the car because they have to be strapped in because it takes them a half hour to strap into the freaking car. You ever watch like an F1 race or an Indy car race and watch how long it takes a driver to get into the damn car?
What, for Indy?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Indy car. Dude, the fact that they literally have have you ever watched oh fuck, it was Stallone and Burt Reynolds. It was them about being IndyCar racers.
Oh my God.
Do you remember this movie at all?
Yeah, I remember.
I was gonna say, remember like the test that they had to do to get out of the car? It was like you had to get out by 10 seconds.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. We're stock car. What do they do? You jump into it, you Bo-Duke it. They put up the damn thing, and you put your little seatbelt in, and that's it.
It's the only sport that supports the Dukes of Hazzard.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. So are you wondering why stock car did that? You know what I mean?
I mean, dude, first off, you're in the fucking Bible Belt. No one's taking a fucking knee in the Bible Belt.
Right. It's ridiculous.
Like, if you were in Delaware, I could see someone, a fan, sitting down. You're in freaking Alabama.
Damn.
You have a better chance of getting away with murder than you do seeing someone sitting down in the fucking for the national anthem in Bama.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.